Shalom. At that video, we're going to see how to teach the first sugya of the year in Perek and Omdim. As we said in the previous video, we are suggest to start from the fifth diagram, actually with the second or third sugya in the Gemara, and we're going to explain why we're suggesting to start here. Just a couple important things. First of all, I suggest before you see that video to go to see the previous videos that explain all the Rav Sabato method, all the Rav Sabato's foundation, the guideline of the work of Rav Sabato Shita about clarity, about how to develop Ahavat Torah in the student. And the most important is the previous video, that video number 3, that explain the bottom and the feature at that software. Here I'm going to assume that you know how to jump from the bottom line feature, the site, the Gemara, the diagram, and we're just going to work on the technique how to work with the students. So in the end, I would like to show you the Gemara page, how it should be in our student Gemara, how they should highlight. I give you 2 suggestions. But now, stop talking. Let's start with the simple things with the Talmud. So here is the diagram we're going to work with. Before we're going to jump to this first step, we'll show you the Talmud page here. This all what we're going to do in just 1 week, and it's impossible, but after 2-3 days it sees so much, it makes much more sense, and the student can read it fluently. If they need help with the Gemara Arucha with Nekudot, they can see it. We can do for them a test about all the Aramic word. We can do it together with them by going here and find the answer. Of course, I remind you can find it in English, in Hebrew. I now has a version just with the Hebrew, but here should be a button to switch to English. Up to you. So why we are suggesting to start with that sugya? By the way, just right after you taught the Mishnah. To know the Mishnah, אין עומדים להתפלל אלא מתוך כובד ראש is important. The first Mishnah is important. Sorry, תפילת השחר. תפילת השחר עד חצות is important for us, and the timing of the davening is really important for us. And right after they know which davening, what hour is start, is end, we can jump and start actually to work with the first sugyas that talking about the foundation of the davening. Who established the davening? What the sources to daven? And we think that this is the most important at that point, even before we go to Shakla Vetaria, a question as we see the first question on that perek, that is Urminhu, they have Kushiyot. So before you go to the Kushiyot, let's find the foundation. Who established the davening? What the source that we understand the davening? And by the way, this is the way that they actually work in the Beit Midrash in the Gemara time, because the Amoraim, before they start to be makshe one on each other, they already have in their mind all the Tanaim sources. They know all the Mishnahs, they know all the Braitas, they know all the Toseftas. So when they came on the daf, let's say, Kavav, Amud Beis, they already knew all the Braitot. So that we are starting with the Braita and Kavav, Amud Beis is totally fine. And I would say this is the way the Gemara had built. So let's start. Our first step, show the Talmidim what we are going to do together. As we explained in the previous video, The most important is clarity. This is the A point for us. Let's do it here. This is the A point. We are starting here. This is the B. We are finishing here. If student knows that, it gives so much sense. He's not looking for here. He's not going to get confused with Rashi. We're going to focus here. Second step, we would like to, let's show them here. Hold on. Now, let's show them the diagram. We're going to explain them something simple. Guys, we talk about that in the class, that we established that the sources, we based on them about the davening, shacharit, mincha, arvit, 3 davening a day. We have some Amora, Rabbi Yossi, that say against Avot. We are the source to daven is the Avraham Avinu, Tiken Tfilat Shacharit, 1 davening, Yitzchak, other davening, and I assume they know that idea. They have Rabbi Yehosua ben Levi that say no, is by the Korbanot. Tamid Shel Shachar, Ben Arbai, we'll see it, and so on. And now the student knows that each davening we have 2 options, who establish and why they establish it. And now the student can understand what to expect. Now we're going to find sources for the Korbanot. We can tell the student, I really recommended about that. If this is the A and B point, let's take again the marker. Of course, we'll do it. Let's show them. This is the first Beraita. I show you in the end the full page, how it should be. And this is the second. After they know, we have 2 Amoraim. They would know to look for here, look for there. We show them Shacharit, Mincha, Arvit, Shacharit, Mincha, Arvit. So even before we actually start one step, one line in the Gemara, they already know what are we looking for. Where is the A point, B point, where is the start, where is the end, where is in the middle. And give them so much sense. If the student knows all of that, we are really, really in good places. Okay, we spoke about our motivation to find the sources of davening. We explained we're going to go on path of 2 Amoraim. One says that the sources is our ancestor, the Avot, and the other says the sources is the Korbanot, the offering we offer every single day in Beit Hamikdash. Now we are ready to go from here to the first step. Here on our desktop now, we will see the first step. If here we're going to focus and explain it really deep, all the rest, Mincha, Ma'ariv, Musaf, it will be so simple for them. I would say in the strong classes, give them to do it for homework. They will do it. Do it in the class by independent learning. They will do it totally fine, without any problem. Let's start. When we are speaking about Tfilat Shacharit, we want to start with Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Hanina. Let's take the first step. Here we go. We already highlight in our Talmud Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Hanina against Rabbi Yehosua ben Levi. Okay? We explained that Tfilot Avot Iknum, and now we want to explain the student how Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Hanina got it. So the first Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Hanina, the other one is Rabbi Yehosua ben Levi, and now we're speaking about Shacharit. And here we would like to focus a little bit. We want to show them that we have a pasuk in Avraham Avinu. in Sefer Bereshit that written, Vayashkem Avraham baboker, the timing of the day is already highlighted here. El hamakom asher amad sham et pnei Hashem. Okay, fine. How we know that it represented davening? Who says that this amad, meaning standing, is any word that describe davening? Let's go one step ahead. We have in Tehillim about Pinchas, Vayamod Pinchas Vayfalel. Pinchas stand and daven. If we would like to give them the background, we open the Tanakh. We say, okay, what's speaking in Pinchas? Vayitzamdu lebal peor vayachlu zivchem etim. They have magefa, they have illness because the Bnei Israel did sin, did avodah zarah, work for idols. Then vayamod Pinchas vayfalel. We see that the standing here, when Tehillim explain what is the standing, is not just because he should daven, so he stand. No. Pinchas stand and daven, and then the magefa stop. So it means that the word vayamod is really represent a davening. Let's come back. Take it down. Come back to here. So now we understand that the shoresh amad represented davening. So now we know that Avram Avinu daven at morning. Say Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Hanina, this is my source for the first davening. Okay, let's jump for Rabbi Shua ben Levi. Same thing, Shacharit. If someone get confused, say, oh, hold on. I come back to the big picture. See, we're in Shacharis. We understand Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Hanina that speak about Avram Avinu, that give the word Boker, Amad. Let's now focus on Rabbi Shua ben Levi. Rabbi Shua ben Levi, tfilot keneged tmidim tiknu. Tmidim is Beit Hamikdash, is the offering, unshalma parim sfatenu. Unfortunately, today we don't have Korbanot, we don't have Beit Hamikdash. We have just our lips, our davening, our talking with God, with Hashem. So our davening is against the Korbanot that we used to bring when the Beit Hamikdash has been built. If we want to open the discussion, we have two amazing pictures from Machon Hamikdash that show us all the different steps of Korbanot Tamid. We can discuss with the class about that and open different discussion. But let's try to focus in our Gemara. And Tfilot keneged tmidim tikunu. Tamid shel Shachar, we knew that is gone to be karev veolech. We're offering it until Chatzot, until the 6 hours of the day, until midday. So this why Shacharis we can daven up to Chatzot. So in one hand we saw Avraham Avinu, the other hand we saw Tamid shel Shachar. Here I would say, let's focus for that for entire class. Tomorrow when we come back to class, let's start from the Gemara. Open the Gemara, and we would ask the student to read it out loud, and explain word by word. Itmar Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Hanina Amar Tfilot Avot tiknu. Rabbi Shua ben Levi Amar Tfilot keneged tignim tiknu, and so on and so on. And we would like that the student will read these 5 lines 2 days after they start to learn Talmud fluently. Because how they do it is not a magic, because they understand the goal. We have 2 paths to find the sources of the davening. One is Avot, the other is Korbanot. And we're going to support each opinion with appropriate Braita. So we would like to find Braita for Rabbi Sibin and find Braita about Rabbi Shua ben Levi for Rabbi Shua ben Levi. So here is the Shacharit for Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Hanina. Here is the Shacharit in the second Braita of Rabbi Shua ben Levi. After the student knows that, understand the principle, understand the method, the motivation of the Talmud, Mincha and Mari is not going to be any problem. But I would like to show you other idea that we can go deep, maybe not in the first class, maybe after we finish Shacharit Mincha Arvit. Each class the teacher will do whenever he understands. understand where his student holding, and we want to show them that when the Gemara show us two different sources, it not mean that one of them is right, one of them is wrong. Totally not. We have two opinions. These two opinions may show us two levels of the davening. Maybe it shows us two different approach of the davening. When Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Hanina says Avot tiknum, he means that the davening has the approach, the meaning, the layer of tfilat nedava. When Avram daven, no one tell him to daven. He daven because he wants to daven. He daven because davening was part of it. We can give so much sources about that. Avram Avinu to his kindi was as a spring. Shte kilyotav na'asu lo kemayan, and taught him all the halachot. And this is one approach to come to davening. I daven because Avram Avinu daven, because I want to daven. On the other side, Rabbi Shua ben Levi says no. Maybe it's not no. Also, we have different approach to davening. Tmidim. Tmidim is the obligation to daven. It's not an emotional thing because Avram Avinu daven like that. No. Tmidim is the obligation to daven because Hashem told us to daven. When students understand that we have two layers of davening, all the Sugya look totally different. Now we understand why we choose to start with that Sugya and not by the order. This is the foundation to understand that all the Gemara lead us to this Tfilat Nedava as Avram Avinu, and Tfilah that is obligation, that we need Tashlumim for that if we miss. And this is the Tfilah of Rabbi Shua ben Levi. And as we go step by step, we'll see it deeper and we understand deeper how to mix these two, or how to combine, maybe it's better, how to combine these two layers of davening. And this show the student a couple things. First of all, understand the deeper of the Gemara. It's not wrong or right. Who is wrong? Rabbi Yossi or Rabbi Shua ben Levi. It's about different approach. It's about different attitude for davening that we might need them one above each other. This one thing. The other things, we could go to the Rambam or Shulchan Aruch and show them the halacha, atfilah bimkom hakorban. So the Shulchan Aruch, of course, the Rambam, וכן תקנו שיהיה מניין התפילות כמניין הקורבנות, is הכרעת הסוגיה, it goes by the Rabbi Shua ben Levi. Now, when we understand that Rabbi Yossi ben Rabbi Hanina, the Avot, talking about an emotional things, talking about a layer of nedava, of course, we can't be posek, you have to do it. For that, we have Rabbi Shua ben Levi that says that he's tmidim. So it's not about right or wrong. It's two-layer to approach for the davening. This is really important part that once the student will understand it, it will be easier for them to understand much more things. Let's go ahead for the second step. You know, I'm talking 3 days after we start the Sugya, I assume, but hold on. I want to practice it again by the Tirgul. Practice. Rabbi Yossi ben Rabbi Hanina says, Tfilot, who is Tiknum? I ask the student, they say Avot. Very good. Here he goes. Hold on. Press here, Avot. And so on and so on. Rabbi Shua ben Levi, Korbanot. Tmidim, of course. Here is very important. It's not meaning that I have to come to here right after I finish all the Lemidah. Of course, I can start with Lemidah, explain how Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Hanina learned from Avram Avinu. Now I would like just to practice that point of babokers that represent the timing of the day, and the shorish of Amidah that representing the word that meaning davening, tfilah. And now let's go to the Tirgul. Tfilot Avot Tiknum, the jump to here. How I know from Avram. Oh, Veshkan Avram Baboker, right? We're talking about the morning. We have source for Shachris. Okay, but how I know that the word Amad represents davening? Oh, I have here Amad, should be, and Vayamot Pinchas, same Shoresh. You need help? Let's open the Tanakh now. Tell me which word we choose in class. Okay? The teacher should know how to jump from the different feature we have here. And this is the right using with the software. And here I might want to say, okay, hold on. We spoke a lot. Let's read the Talmud word. I might want to open the big Talmud. And here we go. Let's read it together. Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Hanina Amar. Okay, Veshkem Avram Baboker. I can put it on the smart board. Ask one student to come and maybe circle the word that in Avram Avinu that represent the timing of the davening. I can ask other one to come and highlight or circle or underline the word that actually meaning tefillah and how I know that. Okay? I can do so much things with that. I can do so much things with that, but the idea is to jump between the different feature of the software, of the amazing software. Okay, so let's go to the second part, to the mincha. Even I'm telling you, if the student actually understands that, you don't need to explain anymore. They know what to expect. They expected to go to Yitzchak Avinu. They would know that we have one word in the pasuk that represents the timing, if not Aaron. The other word represents the davening word. And then we need to prove that this word as sicha lasuach is actual, represent davening. Tfilah le'ani ki yatov, v'lifnei Hashem yishpoch sicho. Like you go to the practice and jump lasuach, the other word for sicha, and to show it for the student. Here I assume the student will get it really quick after they learn deep the Shachris Dav, the Shachris Mivne process. Now, if we would like to open a deeper discussion, we can put on the board the word Sicha, Lasuach, the word Amida, we took it for Shachris. What we're going to take to my read after, of course, and to try to understand and give idea why Tfilat Shacharit represented by Amida. Why Tfilat Mincha represented by Sicha. Okay, here we saw Ani. There we took it from any din, and it's something strong as Pinchas tried to stop the Magefa. We can speak about it, but of course it's not the basic. The basic, our goal is to read all that part of Gemara. As I show you, when I open in the second layer of the Sugya, I have just the relevant line for that. I don't have everything, I have just the relevant line for that. I can, of course, I encourage you to call the student to the board. Who established Tfilat Mincha? Yitzchak. How we know that? Let's switch color. Yitzchak goes to Lasuach, and they know that Sicha is represent davening. I know that the timing is Lifnot Arev, and so on and so on. And this, how I would open every class. Every class I would open, I put the Gemara line on the board, and do the reviewing with the Gemara line. My goal is that in the end of the week, the student will know how to read the Gemara fluently, how to read the Gemara, how to explain the Gemara, and I'm sure that if we build it step by step, we'll do it right. The Talmud in Masechet Ta'anit, I think Daf 9, Daf Tet, maybe Amud Aleph, or between Amud Aleph to Amud Bet, if I remember, saying that Vehu lo panim kilkal, im ra'ita talmid shel talmudo kashe alav, if you find any student that he struggle with his learning is only because his rabbi, panim kilkal, his rabbi didn't explain him in the right way. So it's so important, this order of Sabbath life work, to bring the Talmud to the student in the right way, to bring the Talmud to the student step by step, cut it for piece by piece, that chas v'shalom not will be vehu lo panim kilkal. Everything will be clarity, everything will be easy as much as we can to the student to get to understand deeper and deeper the Talmud. And this why and that each sugya of Sabato spend more than 20, 30 hours per sugya, how to cut it, how to divide it, how to do every single part of that sugya. Each sugya here, you can imagine that is more than 2,000 screenshots to create each sugya here that will go actually step by step. I would like to show you the full picture. So of course, after that, we're going to Tfilat Ma'ariv, Yaakov, same thing. If you would like, we even can, even if we did Shachrit and Mincha step by step in classes, give them let's do Ma'ariv. You will tell me what to write. You can tell them, find in the Talmud. You can tell them, you can open them the Tanakh and tell them to choose the right word to put here. And by the way, I'm thinking that to let students be active in that classes is critical. As much as they can to be active, meaning come to the board, write the word, play with the software, or highlight in their Talmud. They don't need to listen to hear you as I'm showing you. They should done the things by themselves. I now going to share with you a different screen. Hold on, stop sharing here and share different screen. Here we go. And here I want to show you two suggestions to how to ask the student to highlight the Talmud. Let's zoom in. At the first suggestion, I would say on the with this orange, I will put the Rabbi Yossi and the Rabbi Yossi, and the yellow is Rabbi Shua ben Levi. So here also will be Rabbi Yossi. The second bright I start with Rabbi Shua ben Levi. And maybe I will take again the marker. It's can help me. Okay. This is the yellow of Rabbi Shua ben Levi. I see that it's almost the same, so it's not actually help. Let's close it. And then for Shachris, we'll use same color for Rabbi Yossi and for Rabbi Shua ben Levi. To Mincha, Yitzchak Mincha, Korbanot Mincha. That's all. I didn't highlight the psukim. The psukim will work it deeper later with the software. Same with Yaakov Ma'ariv, not Rabi, sorry, Korbanot, and Lakeva, Korbanot, Ma'ariv. Of course, to box, let's box the two Baraito. So all that you see, I would say, I would do even before I start to teach. This is the navigation. This is to learn the map before we go into the trail. And this is let's put the AB point. This is the A point. We're starting here. Our motivation is to find what the sources of tefillot, of our davening. We have Rabbi Hanina, we have Rabbi Yehosua ben Levi. Sorry about it, it's not straight. Okay? And the student knows that this is here the B point. We're finishing here. Here the Ibailahu is Aramaic word, so it's not part of the second Baraita. Okay? So I think it could really affect the student that they don't even learn maybe just the two first line, Avot, Korbanot, and they already has all the map, what they are looking for. I would like to show you other suggestion. Of course, it's not wrong or right. Here I put Rabbi Yehosua and Rabbi Yehosua in the same color because the Amoraim. Okay? Then all the davening, Shachrit Mincha Ma'ariv, Shachris Mincha Ma'ariv, of the same color. Now, maybe part of the student, this helps them, part of the student, that helps them, because we have students that more color is put them things in order. They have that people they just mess them up. So whenever you think is right for your student, if you have other suggestion, I will be happy to hear, to see your Talmud page. But other tip I can bring you at that point is to not to ask students highlight their own Gemara at the beginning. First of all, copy them a Talmud page. Give them to practice 1, 2, 3 times. Then is when everybody ready and you give the right exactly direction, either here or the first one I showed you, or other thing you decided, only then, step by step, everybody together, do it in the Talmud. So let's say the week starts on Monday. Let's say by Thursday, we create our map for that Sugya. We understand we jump between two bright dots, step by step, to understand the source of the davening. We'll have students that just know that we have davening Avot, davening Korbanot, some sources we don't know how, it's fine. It's totally fine. If we have a couple students that this is what they get from that Sugya, it's great. I don't need more than that. Of course, stronger students will know much more. They will know how to quote each pasuk. Shachris, Avram Avinu is jump for their head. Vayashkem Avraham Baboker. They already seen the word Boker jump in blue. I'm going to come back to the diagram, and here I would like to jump for the first one to show you again how to do so. The student already will see the word Baboker because they remember the blue of the word Baboker from the diagram. Then the word Amad, Vayamod, everything will jump to their head. But this only will be Makpidim to do every single day the reviewing right from the Talmud. Let them read it, let them explain. I'd love to do in my classes a short Seder. What means Seder? You are sitting next to your friends, you will read out loud and he explains, and he read out loud and you explain, you fix one each other, of course, in the right way of Talmidei Chachamim, learning with respect one each other. And then, if your friends didn't read in the right way, or if not explained, you can of course help one each other. This is the idea. So I assume that the idea how to lead the first Sugya is clear now. At each time you can work on the Milim Be'aramit and also Aramit Ivrit, Ivrit Aramit. Go here, I show it you again. We spoke about the Tanaim V'Amoraim. Student run and he already ahead. Tell him open. Go take notes about Rabbi Yossi, about Rabbi Yehosua ben Levi, and tomorrow you will start the class by saying a couple words about them. I just run on the other feature. We have Tanakh, we have question and answer. Of course, we have the Rambam here, and the Shulchan Aruch in the relevant places. And if someone missed the class, you have everything made by Rav Sabato, to hear Rav Sabato voice and the amazing way he taught us all the Talmud. So we'll stop here. I wish you a lot of atzlacha in your first sugya with Rav Sabato's software. The most important thing, the teacher will know how to use the software, how to jump from step first to step, from part to part. And when he will understand the motivation of the software, the motivation of Rav Sabato method, והוא לא פנים קלקל, בעזרת השם will do our מלאכתנו שלמה by explain to our student the right way to understand the Talmud. Promise you 2 prakim, 2 chapters of Talmud by that method, and your student will know how to learn Gemara by themselves. They will, first of all, come to the Talmud page, start to map it. Oh, I see, first Braita here. Let's do it like that. The student will know by themselves, first Braita here, second Braita there. This word represents Braita. And this gives them so much skills over the year, in one hand. The other hand is not skills that came without any sources. It's skill on top of sources, on top of regular, actually, sugyot, one by one. And this is a great sugya to start the year with. After a week or 2, the student go to their parents, the student know how to explain, to read fluently the Gemara, and I promise you, the parents will be so impressed about what you did. Hatzlacha Rabbah.